Okay. I just decided to make another comparison between the GPro. This, in fact, is the GPro. It's not the G203 or the 102. This is, in fact, the GPro. And I compare it with the G403. Yes. Both mice have to go back. I'm going to return both mice today. Both have serious issues. Where do I start? Okay. Well, I will make it very... I will start very general. With this mouse, I have more control. I have more control over that mouse because it's wide. It's much wider. I just have good grip with that mouse. Yeah, that is the key difference. Why I have good control with that mouse, and with that mouse I have not so good control because it's too narrow, and it's almost loose in my hand. Yeah, I don't have a good grip with that mouse. It's too narrow. So making movements, you see, if I go up and down, the mouse is already shaky. And with this mouse here is more, I have the good grip. That's the good thing about that mouse here. That's why I have more control with that. Also in the aiming tests, I score much higher with that mouse. The perfect control, of course, I have with my G9X. Perfect control, but it has a bad sensor. Back to this mouse here. Yeah, that's the issue with and I mean, there are more things that are bad about this mouse. For instance, stiff buttons, and this is not also stiff. And, what I focus mainly on when I am considering keeping a mouse is that I'm aiming well with that mouse and it doesn't give me pain. And this mouse gives me pain in the thumb, in this joint here. And that's because the way I bend my thumb, I grip it like that. I have my thumb constantly bended when I hold this mouse. And over time I notice a pain here. This is so, I cannot keep this mouse. It gives me pain. It hurts a lot after a while. I didn't feel any great pain in my other fingers yet. It was mainly here in this joint. Because it's so small. That's why, for example, I also fingertip this mouse here, but it's wide and I can put my finger around with ease. Like this. I mean, comfortable. How I can explain it? Relaxing, in a relaxing manner. I can also do like this, bend it, but at the same I can rest it as well, as you can see. Here I cannot. I have automatically in this, because it's so small. It hurts. Back to this mouse here, because we're comparing these two mice. With this mouse here has two stiff buttons. I get pain in this joint here just from clicking. It's really stiff, extremely stiff, way too stiff. So yeah, I wanted to point that out before I return both mice. I'm going to return these both mice. And I'm going back to my G9X. That's how it is. I have no other choice. With this mouse here, 1 second. Also bought hard pad And I ordered some new, I ordered Hyperglide feet for this mouse. So right now it still has shitty.
Yeah, what's up everybody? Caleb Wagner,
Oh, fucking idiot. I don't want to scratch it now, but it will be optimal for my G9X mouse. For now I used my desk. I have perfect control over that mouse because of the great shape. It's oval shaped, and no matter in what direction I move my mouse, it always has the same. The shape doesn't influence my mouse movements. That's a good thing. For example, I had the Razer Death Adder. It has a really shitty shape. When I move that, it's the shape is always different. Everywhere is different. And when you push it, you can. I have difficulty moving. It's just not consistent. The Death Adder is not consistent. Everywhere is every side is different. It's bad. This has perfect. I feel total control here. Perfect. With this mouse here, I have less control, but still more control than with this mouse because this is too narrow. Anyways, these are all shitty mice. This one is the greatest mouse of all times. I don't know, but till this point, this is the greatest mouse. If this had, and I swear by God, if this mouse had an optical sensor, a top optical sensor, no person in the world would have a chance against me. No one. Because I have much better control than everyone with this mouse. It's not possible to have with any other mice as much control as you have with this one. Because all the other mice have shapes, uneven shapes that influence your movements. And with this, in this shape, it doesn't influence your movement in a bad way. I can always easily push the mouse in any direction I want. And with these shapes, because it's wider here, and then it suddenly goes as a bump inwards, and then here's like this, and it's wide here. It just messes up my aim. As you can see, it's not. I'm already twisting the mouse when I do this. It's not because of the. It's not even. It's not consistent. It has to be like that, like this, even on every side, and then I can. I have the absolute 100 control. Also, please make another mouse like that. This is a god shape, a godlike shape. I love this mouse. That's the review. Thanks for watching. Okay, I need to add something. I don't want to leave that out. This mouse here has the better control, but this mouse here has a straight sensor. Here the sensor is straight, whereas on the G403 the sensor is angled, and this is a big problem. It messes with your aim. So a lot of movements are much easier with this mouse here. I can just feel that it feels more consistent, more natural. However, because I can grip this mouse better, I'm better with this mouse than with this mouse. That's all. Thanks.